Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to another late night Friday night. Hashtag Spill the Beans. If you've never been to a Spill the Beans before, this is a typically weekly chat that happens in my stories over on the Picture app. Some of you are here right now, and we talk about anything and everything under the sun. Today, we are going to talk about one of the lines that stuck out from Hamilton when I saw it again this week for my birthday. Let's get to it. Okay, so if you've been here a long time, you know that I saw Hamilton for the first time live before the pandemic, like literally before the pandemic, and I loved it. Hamilton is part of the new American canon. In my opinion, it is a celebration of rap and Black culture and the way that the United States should it should have been built. There are obviously problems there, but I'm not going to address those tonight. You guys can go look that up on Google. It's readily available. What I want to talk about is actually two lines from the show. So one line is from Hamilton. He says something along the lines of, if you don't believe in anything, Burr, what will you fall for? And then later on, Burr says, why do you always say what you believe? Why do you always say what you believe? To Hamilton, right? And those two lines, right? And this is what I was sort of talking about in my last post on point number two, where no one is taking, I don't want to say no one, but a lot of people are talking surface level. A lot of people are not saying what they actually believe. And I was listening to a podcast today from Cake Money Consulting, and it really just reminded me, like, we can show up in a different way. We can make a choice to show up and always say what we believe, and always have that be the through line of every single piece of content that we put out. Like, it doesn't have to be the most catchiest, most viralist piece of content that you've ever created. And further, to bring this to a branding point, in order to say exactly what you believe, you have to say it in your voice. And so that means that you are also not creating content to be perfect, right? You're not creating videos that are perfected and pristine and clear. You're speaking in a way that you speak, right? And the same thing in your captions. You can very much see that it's like stream of consciousness for me. That's where I'm most comfortable. Sometimes I stray a little bit from that, but not very often. And that really helps me stick true to my base thoughts, which is Black Lives Matter and the betterment of marginalized groups on this planet. Members of the global majority deserve access to the same things that white people have, and white supremacy's gotta go, honey. Those are the things that I believe wholeheartedly and bring to every facet of my business. And so that means in reality that you're creating for you, right? And you plus one. Anything that you need to hear that day, anything that you need to say that day, someone else is going to need to hear that or want to hear that, or it's going to hit them a different way that day, or it's going to impact them in a way that goes further, right? Like, you can say the same thing in 50 different rooms and 50 different people are going to take it 50 different ways, right? And that's the beauty of saying the things that you believe. That's the beauty of really committing to doing that. And I hope that we can all, those of you that watch these, we can all bring that forward. I think it builds trust in yourself. I think it builds trust with your community. And therefore, it makes you a stronger creator, stronger artist, and stronger business owner. So to finish this up with a little bit of a challenge, I would love for all of you to go out and create some piece of content that you believe in, right? That says something that you have been holding back on saying, whether that's because you're scared, because you think it's going to be polarizing, because you're, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be a controversial topic. Just say it, right? That's where becoming uncomfortable enough to change starts. This is where it starts, is by saying these things that you believe, right? And if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, right? Which is exactly that arc in Hamilton. Two very different styles, but if you fall for everything, who are you protecting, you know? Anyway, that's all. Continue to be anti-racist, be safe, make good trouble, call your reps, get involved in politics. Minnesota is doing some wonderful things and we're celebrating, but there's still a long way to go and we need to keep working. I love you all hardcore and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.